Here we go. We're going live on Facebook. I think it's almost starting. This is so fun. I love it. I love it. I love it. Zoom. It's so good. I like.
You actually need like a real theme song, I think.
We really do. I would like to get like a famous singer to like come on and just like, you know, do our little.
Wow, with our new theme song.
I mean, I would ask my former coaches, Blake Shelton or Adam Levine, but they unfollowed me on social media. So
that's what they do.
Oh, they don't, because they followed everyone else for my season.
So. And then they unfollowed you?
Yep. I think it's because I'm a loose cannon.
Wow.
Yeah. Who would have thought that? Who would have thunk it? Welcome, guys, to another Zoom show with me and my bestie, Hannah. She is the coolest, and she has a weave in her picture now. So
I do. I'm seriously considering going full on fake blowout blonde. And
this is
your votes down below to tell me if I should just go for it.
This is I gave you this color wig because this is the only time I've seen you with natural colored hair.
I know. I've had pink hair for 5. This summer will be 6 years. So the question is, though, should I change it? If you could change it, what would you choose?
Yeah, I love your pink hair, and I've only known you with pink hair.
A lot of people in my life now have only ever known me with pink hair.
I thought you got your hair pink with dyeing it with period blood. That's not it?
No, that's not it.
Not yours, of course. That's.
Well, yeah, I would use mine.
Yeah, maybe like a homeless person just like gathers some up in a petri dish.
Probably.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Sanitary.
I really like my hair tonight because it's giving me Yanni vibes, and Hannah doesn't know who Yanni is.
I didn't. He made fun of me for that.
So comment down below if you know who Yanni is. Extra credit if you know a song of his, because I don't.
You don't even, so then you really don't even know.
No, I know of him because he's kind of like a mix between Michael Bolton and Enya.
It's a really odd mix.
Well, yeah, just the looks of Michael Bolton. Enya. It's like spiritual.
Okay.
We're getting sidetracked. But tonight, welcome to Fruit Fly Don't Bother Me, the show where we actually want you to bother us. It's a lie. So message down below. We will be interacting the whole show. I messaged my mom and my sister, so they'll probably be watching. Did you share it?
Yeah, I just shared it, and everybody else should share as well, because we're lonely, sad, poor comedians.
Yeah, and you should support us. Okay, 9 people watching right now. Hello, 9 people. Most of it's probably my family. Tonight on Fruit Fly Don't Bother Me, my topic I researched from the weekend that was the most Googled from last week was Chris Pratt. And Hannah, who do you have?
I am talking about my good dear friend, Britney Spears.
Isn't she all of our good friends, you know?
Of course. Anybody who was born in the 80s and 90s, we worship Britney.
She was at like every Jingle Ball, you know what I mean? I just love
it. God bless. Jingle balls.
Yeah, she performed at Six Flags Over Texas in that big like outside stadium that's now shut down.
R.I.P.
Her and NSYNC. I literally, when I worked there, I went into the dressing room just so I could smell what it smelled like.
I mean, yeah, I would be mad if you didn't.
It's the tea. It's a real tea. I'm going to let you start off with Britney because I only know a little bit. Basically, we're going to be talking about Britney and the executive order from her father, correct?
Conservatorship.
Yeah. The
reason why that was a highly Googled this week is because it was set to end on February 1st, 2021. And the judge quickly extended it till September, which is what they keep doing. It was supposed to end in November, and it was supposed to end the year before that, but they keep doing these like 6-8 month extensions, and there's no real answer why. So briefly.
Well, I mean, if you look at any of her Instagram videos she posts, it's clear that she is not well.
She's not, and I'm going to tell you why she's not well. There's lots of theories I will tell you. And blanket statement, none of us truly know what's going on. There's so many conspiracy theories, and there are people who are convinced that she's asking people for help in her weird coded Instagrams.
Yeah.
And there's a full-blown theory that she's had a lobotomy, where they like remove a part of your brain so that you can't make decisions for yourself. Like,
yeah, very ratchet.
Huge theories, but the bottom line is the facts are she had her meltdown in 2008. We all remember where we were when she shaved her head and threw her umbrella at the paparazzi guy. We all
trying
know
to break windows.
Yeah, we all know that she was going through a mental health crisis and lots of drugs and went to rehab. Well, her dad in 2008 proposed a conservatorship, which means that she does not have legal authority over anything. It's like she's a minor again. And he and his lawyer are co-conservators over her entire life. She can't touch her finances. She can't drive. She can't buy a house. She can't do anything. She can't even get like to-go food without her dad and his lawyer knowing about it and approving it.
That is wild. The thing for me is when you always see this with like Disney stars or people that grew up very young and in the fame world. It's very hard for anyone, and I was only in it for just a little bit of time, but it's hard to adjust to everyone having an opinion about you and not letting that affect your mental state. It's almost impossible, you know?
For sure. No, I genuinely am nothing but sad for her because she's grown up. She literally knows no other life. It started with the Mickey Mouse Club to Disney, like pop star, to, oh my God, now she's a whore and we hate her. And she's just always grown up in this love-hate relationship with show business. And it's
and she's every
life.
Time I watch her Instagram videos, she does a lot of impromptu dances to songs that I don't feel cheer dancing really fits with. Like she did it was like a slow song, like that it literally you could just tell that she was a touch out of reality. And she seems to me, just by watching her videos, that she hasn't emotionally matured past a child or a teenager. You know what I mean?
She's heavily medicated. If you watch videos from her like 5-6 years ago, she's totally lucid and will have an adult conversation and talk about her wants and dreams and blah, blah, blah. Not at all what she sounds like now. Now she's extremely medicated and she sounds like a 5-year-old robot.
No, and she does.
Freaking creepy.
Yeah. Anytime she always asks in her videos for people to ask her a question. And then she posts a video of her responding, her answers to those questions. And her answers are so like childlike even. She's like, what's your favorite food? And she's like, oh, I really like cake. It's so
right.
And I'm just like, that is an answer a child would pick as their favorite food.
There was one video, I'm glad you mentioned that. There was one video where she got on Instagram and she said, my number one question that I get is what's my favorite Disney movie? Which absolutely, that's not the favorite question that she always, or the most question she always gets asked.
It's probably, are you okay?
Exactly.
Are you okay? Yeah.
So she said that her favorite Disney movie was Frozen, and then immediately went into, and then my second most asked question is what time I go to bed. I go to bed between 11:30 and 12. And then somebody went to Frozen and went to the timestamp 11:30, 12. And the line that Elsa says is, I need help to get out of here.
Yeah.
And so there's all these theories that she really is coherent and she's really smart and she's actually like sending codes to her social media because she's got millions of followers and nobody knows what to do about it. And
yeah, isn't there's some rumor right now that her the executive power might go to her sister Jamie Lynn?
I hadn't heard that.
I read that like a couple months ago.
She just wants her dad off. She's
not
so much like ending the conservatorship. It's like, I just don't want my dad. So I can see her getting her dad off and then her sister taking over.
Yeah, I just, for someone who is as old as she is and has made as much money as she has in her own right, you know what I mean? Even if she might have a couple screws loose here and there, it's just wild to me that somebody else can have control over like what that her dad probably has a nice house because of her. You know what I mean?
Oh, 1,000%. He doesn't have to work another day in his life. She
Yeah.
sounds like the whole family.
It's crazy.
It's really sad. Okay, so you wanted to talk about Chris Pratt, so let's spill the tea on that.
Yes, I do want to touch on one more thing about Britney Spears, though. Okay, everyone there were signs that she was mentally breaking down, even in her like first album. Okay, because you have to think about it this way: she was probably scouted after the Mickey Mouse Club, and that's when they started grooming her and putting her in development to become an artist. Okay. So she went straight from a TV show where she was already under high stress to it, all the stress being about her now because she's the only person that her career is like based on, you know? Mm-hmm. And so she always, in one song in particular from her first album, it's called Sometimes, okay? And the lyrics are as followed, which really just jump out at you and make you kind of like think, was something happening back then? Because the lyrics are, sometimes I run, sometimes I hide, sometimes I'm scared of you, but what I really want is to hold you tight, treat you right, be with you day and night. That's basically the chorus of a song about being emotionally abused.
Yep.
Back in the day, we all saw it and I jammed to it. It's like a mid. I love that song. And I didn't realize until like the lyrics I was singing until after I was older. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe this started a while ago.
I'm going to be honest. I'm in a committed relationship and I've never been scared of him like that. So that's concerning.
No, it is. Yeah. Coming from somebody who has had abuse in the past, whether it be physical or verbal, it just takes such a toll on you as a person, and there's so much rebuilding you have to do. And I just don't know if she has had the capability of rebuilding herself in a positive way. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is sad because honestly, like anytime I'd get grounded, I would go in my room and I would lip sync to the whole Britney Spears first album, Christina Aguilera's, and NSYNC's first album.
I need you to answer this question real quick.
Yeah.
At that point, were your parents fully aware that you were gay, or were they still questioning?
Okay, see, the thing is I thought I came out to my mom right my first like week of high school because a boy on the football team thought I was cute and gave me a ride home. And on the ride home, he was like, so what's your story? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, are you gay or whatever? And I was like, I can't answer that question right now because I was having feelings about a guy. This is my first experience, you know?
Yeah.
So I called my mom as soon as I got home. I walked into my room and shut the door. I shared it with my brother, who's a year older than me, and went to the same high school. And I was like, he's playing video games. And I was like, Brandon, I think I'm gay. And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, no, Brandon, I just guessed. I just was like, I'm going to try it. And so I called my mom and she was at the movie theater with my sisters, and my sister answered her phone. And I was like, I need to talk to mom. And she's like, the movie's about to start. What do you need to tell her? I'll just tell her. And I was like, I can't. And she was like, come on, just basically just coercing me to. And my fear was telling my mom and then her having to sit through a whole movie and dwell on it. You know what I mean? And she did good money for this movie. She's not even focusing on the goddamn arc. And so when she got home, I was like standing at the door, and we had a glass door and then a regular door. I had the regular door open. It was just standing at the glass door like a sad fucking puppy. And my mom came in and she's like, we already knew. Oh my God. And then after that, she called every single person in my family and told them I was gay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just so I wouldn't have to have those like awkward conversations with any.
Keep watching.
No, because she was like, she always would be like, hey, Nick just told us something. He's gay and you don't have shit to say about it. You don't have anything. She just came at them really aggressive. And my grandma, she told my grandma, and my grandma's like, well, maybe he just hasn't found the right girl. I was like, to share clothes with?
None of them are my size, Grandma.
What do you have? I'm wearing skinny jeans and my dick can't breathe, Grandma. You know what the case is. Jesus.
Oh, God bless. Shout out to your mom.
Shout out to Britney. Really, if you end up watching this, I know that like you probably follow me because so does Melissa Joan Hart.
For sure.
No big deal. But yeah, you be yourself, sis. And if you have something you need to talk about, find the right people yourself. Because anybody else's opinion on it they're not dealing with it like you are. So I would have some other way. You got to figure out new ways to release the energy of negativity because you can't hold on to it. You just can't. Her boyfriend, by the way, is her personal trainer, and he is cute.
Yeah, but he also looks fucking psycho.
Yeah, I think that she might be under the influence of other than prescription drugs in her videos. And I think that he might be the catalyst of who's getting it for her.
Yeah, he does not look like a good person for her.
My sister said, she said, I'm watching because you're talking about Britney.
God bless.
Then she said, no, she was talking about the questions people are asking Britney. And she said, nobody's asking those questions either. They're just like, are you okay?
Yeah, that's real.
And then she said, you know damn well she didn't write the lyrics to that song.
Right? That's so real.
It is. Cheryl, thank you for watching. Cheryl is a costumer that I worked with on Guys and Dolls at a theater in Virginia.
Well, that's fun.
I haven't forgiven her for having the outfit be oversized. Okay, I get it. I'm skinny. Okay, I get it. But tonight I wanted to talk about Chris Pratt. Okay.
Let's go.
The thing is I've been waiting for him to pop up in the social media most searched on Google because I have a lot of feelings about him in general. I will never forgive him for what he did to Anna Faris. Okay, she is like.
So what is that story? Because I thought it was a beautiful breakup.
Okay, so basically what happened is Anna Faris became involved with him before he had like his big breakout roles.
And like before he found Jesus.
Before he found Jesus. And then once she got with him and once he became super famous from, what do you call it? The Marvel movie.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Thank you so much. You're so much straighter than me for sure.
I am.
But he became super famous and well-known because of that movie. And then he started getting attention from women that he wouldn't have gotten attention from before. And that's kind of what broke up their relationship.
I guess. Is that really? Because I feel like he doesn't.
That is the tea. They used to do a podcast together.
Like he's already remarried to like Miss Christian of the universe.
I'm not saying I know enough about Anna Faris's personal life, but I have met her once and she was very sweet to me. But
oh, for sure.
She probably, because she is so brilliant in comedy, she definitely has some screws loose upstairs. All of us do. But she might
can't be an effective comedian without it.
Yes, she might be more hard to deal with than I'm giving credit on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel she used to have a podcast with him and she has always just been, that's the thing I love about her is she's super open and honest about everything, even if it's like could be detrimental to her career. She's just very open, you know?
Hold on, your sister just said she does not like Anna Faris at all.
Okay, are we related?
I'm saying.
I guess that different dads thing really.
Have you watched House Bunny? Because I mean.
Oh my God. She said, this isn't a brothel. Oh, I'm not looking to make soup.
Oh.
I love her so much. She was.
Bless.
She was honestly, that's probably my favorite movie. No, that's my second favorite movie she's in. The number one is Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yes. Yes.
She is
her character, so Just Friends. Clinton and I quote that in our marriage monthly, weekly, daily. Like
you put toothpaste in your mouth and get all drugged up and you're like, I'm
exactly what I do. Also, no, yeah. I heard in a podcast that was real toothpaste and she really did commit and do that.
I love that. I also love my favorite line from that movie is when she's ordering at the restaurant and she's like, I'm not really hungry. Can I just get one ahi? Yeah.
So when she says, oh my God, am I being punked? Ashton.
Ashton. Yes. She's so good. Oh my God. I just love her. I think that she's brilliant. And I think that really I only want to talk about Chris Pratt because I love Anna Faris so much.
I get that.
But Chris Pratt is in the news right now because he apparently has had some racial tweets resurface. Okay. Now I looked into this and there's a lot of media saying that it's not true because no one can find these things that people are referencing that he did.
I mean, I'd be really surprised if he did, but I thought that everybody was mad at him because he's never like officially come out as one, I don't think, but he's a Republican because he's anti-schmishmortion. And he's like a one policy voter, like all the rest of us freaking Christians.
No, yeah. I think that he also is, I think that it's a combination of a lot of things that why people are saying like cancel. I don't believe in cancel culture anyways. I just think that like if things surface from people's past, like, yes, if they are fucked up, then I think that it is something that those people need to be made aware of and really like think about what they have said in the past. But there's so many things. When I did The Voice, they did research on our social media and they were like very into it being like, oh, do you remember this Facebook post you made 3 years ago?
Right.
You told one of your friends, Megan, and they had her last name. And you told her that you wanted to pour battery acid on her face so her mom couldn't recognize her. Like,
oh my God.
And that's when I was in a toxic relationship with a guy and he always was on my Facebook and just like in my stuff without me knowing. And so I was like, oh, that's really weird because that's like one of my really good friends. I don't remember saying that. And they're like, you should just delete that.
Devin, my friend was on, went to The Voice. He didn't actually get all the way on the show, but he went all the way to LA and like was
Did he
there
do the blind auditions?
They filled all the positions right before he went on. So that's
he must have went on the last day.
Yeah, he was on the last day. But
it's such a vicious, it's so people don't know that. People don't know that about like that show is they have 4 days that they plan out for blind auditions and there's only so many spots available. So you want to go on one of the earlier days. And so it sucks because some of the best people that were on season didn't even, and if your story isn't interesting enough, then they'll give that spot to somebody else.
Right.
So they can try to, you know what I mean?
Well, so they did the whole social media investigation, and like 2 of my tweets showed up on his social media. I was like,
really?
Sorry, I'm a bad friend preventing you from fulfilling your dreams.
No, it's just like, it's wild to me because there's this dude who was on the season after my season, and he has become really famous in the country scene. His name is Morgan Wallen. You might have heard his name this past week because he got put on the shelf by his record label because he had a video of him super drunk going into his house and one of his friends was showing him a video and he said something about stupid N-word and used a hard R, like a super hard R, which is like, that's not your culture to even talk about, sir, first of all. But it's just ridiculous. And now he's been put on the shelf. His label isn't putting any more money into him. And he's the only person from the Voice franchise who became relevant on like mainstream radio.
Yeah.
Wow. And they're one successful, literally like 2 weeks ago, the A&R guy from the Republic music group that represents the artists on the show was put a post up about him, and because it said like it was an article that said Morgan Wallen is like the new big thing in music, like crossing over from country to pop, and he was super heavily endorsing him and was like, oh, you remember when he was on The Voice trying to like get clout or whatever, you know? And then a week later he had this all come out, and I'm just like, I swear The Voice is cursed.
Right? Shit.
I swear it is. How can you have 20 seasons and not one of those people has a song that's been on the radio, like top 100?
Yeah, that's bad.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Bananas. But Chris Pratt is one of those people who I think is an amazing comedian as well. But I think that there's things that I feel like men in general, we think with our penises. That's just who we are. Okay. That's why it's hard for gay men to stay in a committed relationship, because a good wind could pass and you could get hard. You know what I mean? And so it's crazy. I do comedy shows a lot, and I did this comedy show a couple of days ago, and the way this lady introduced me was, oh, this is Nick Hawk, and he's getting married in a couple of weeks because he can actually stay monogamous. And I was like, is this a huge thing for gays? Like, that we're just known for not being monogamous?
I've read that gays are having more successful marriages than straight people.
Yeah, because when gays really want to get married, they are actually committed, because there's some gays out there that are in a relationship and they're like, oh, well, I had sex with this guy and my boyfriend was okay with it. That's just how their relationship is.
Right.
And everyone can have their own relationship, do whatever you want, but I just don't think that you need to call it a relationship if you can't commit to one person. Just call it you being a slut, because it's not a relationship. It's just you not being able to control your
relationships can work to some extent.
Yeah, but then what's, I don't know.
I don't understand it, but I personally, nope,
no, literally,
that's my man, that's my junk. You don't get to, nope.
The thought of my fiance being with anyone else intimately makes me want to kill everyone in that person's family. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with saying that.
Yeah, I stand by that.
I just think that gay people use the open relationship like title as a way to just be more promiscuous. It's not you. You're going to have urges being in a relationship with anyone. Hannah's married, and I'm sure she still recognizes if someone's attractive. You know what I mean? Like,
we even talk about it. We have the hall pass joke, like, what celebrities are we allowed to hook up with? Of course, it's not legitimate, but like, we'll say like, oh, I think so and so's attractive, but having that open honesty constantly in the relationship, there's no like hiding, makes it okay to do that.
No, yeah, and it's fine to acknowledge if someone else is attractive. It's so much harder in a relationship to fight those urges and be in a relationship and fully committed to that one person. Because in my mind, that is what a relationship is you have to fight through those things that are hard. It wouldn't be worth having a relationship if you didn't sacrifice something along the way.
Yep. I mean, that's what you're going to do. You're not going to be in a successful relationship if you're not making those sacrifices and going times and doing the hard work. It's not going to work.
Yeah, I went to a party for one of my friend's birthdays, and there were a whole bunch of gay couples there. And the guy who was hosting the party came up to me and my fiance and was like, "Oh my God, like, I've never seen you before. Like, we should go get drinks sometime, because it's so hard finding other gay men that are in a relationship." And then and being comfortable. And then when we were leaving, he was like helping my fiance zip up his coat and was like poking at his stomach and was being like super flirty. And I was like, no, you're not in a relationship. You're looking to fuck my fiance and you want me to go get drinks with you.
Nope.
It's wild, bro. It's fucking wild. I just don't understand how people can't just not want to come all the time. Just like you don't have, it's just weird.
Yeah.
But different person, I look at relationships in a different way, and that's, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, everybody's different. Everybody has their own no-go zones or comfort zones or whatever. But the bottom line is, if you don't work in a relationship, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I will say that I have been a third in, I was a part of a threesome once, no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I was in LA, and this black guy I thought was super cute at a club. And so I invited him to come back to my apartment. Well, he invited this guy to come back with us. And I didn't know that they were in a relationship. Okay. So we all got drunk, and I started messing around with the black guy, and the white guy was like passed out on the couch. And I didn't know he was in a relationship until I was about to put my penis inside of him. And then he went over to his boyfriend and woke him up and said, "Oh, he's going to have sex with me now." And I was like,
Oh my God.
And now the craziest part about that story is that guy that I had sex with is dead now.
Nope.
He apparently had a lot of like mental health issues after like a couple years after probably not because of me, but he had a lot of mental.
Messed him up, Nick.
And I would always reach out and like just check on people because I'm a Cancer. So
Can't help it.
the easiest way for me to deal with like my addiction and like when I basically am bored, I can make stupid decisions because I don't have anything to do. And so I message people and reach out at weird times just to keep myself busy so I don't think of the negative things that I could be doing. You know what I mean? And so I'd reach out to him and then all of a sudden he stopped responding. And then I looked on his Facebook page and it said in memory. And I was, yeah. So how many people can say they've had sex with someone dead?
I can't.
There we go. There it is.
There it is. And it's funny.
Oh, Kate. Kate, I did Legally Blonde, the musical with. She was a co-choreographer with me. And she said, don't call it a relationship if you can't commit to one person. Same. I was like, yep. Oh, and then my sister said Bob the drag queen has 2 boyfriends.
I didn't know that.
It's so stupid. I hate it because they're doing an interview together about like how they're in a 3-way relationship. And Bob's like, oh, well, we don't all have sex together. I have sex with each one of them individually.
Oh, so Bob's only one in 2 relationships.
Yes. And he uses
Weird.
He uses each one of them for a different comfort. One of them is more of a sexual attraction. The other one is more of like a mental stimulation.
Okay.
But it's just like, why don't you just find someone who has both of those qualities?
I don't think any of this is working then.
It's wild. It's wild. But when you're in that like nighttime entertainment industry, there's so much temptation. When I went to Canada, I did 2 shows in 2 different cities, and each night I brought home a different dude to my hotel.
Yeah.
And then when I left to go catch my flight each time, I just left the person in my room like sleeping. I was like, if you don't time, the extra billing's on you, buddy.
Right.
I just gave you the D's, so you got to do the deed and pay it.
Okay, so question, what is it you are smoking right now? I have seen patches everywhere. What are they?
What is this?
Yeah. Well, I know it's a vape, but like this particular one I've seen everywhere.
Yeah, this is the trendier vape to smoke right now. It's called a puff bar.
Okay.
And basically, I gave up smoking at the beginning of the year. I haven't had a cigarette since.
I'm so proud of you.
I am proud of myself, but I'm not jinxing it. There have been many opportunities where I've been drunk and people have been like, oh, do you want a cigarette? And I'm like, no, because I can't even allow myself to have like a treat cigarette because that will make me want to keep smoking more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Since I started smoking cigarettes, I've never gone this long without smoking a cigarette.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Words my parents never said.
That.
For real though, cheers to that. I hear that not smoking helps you live longer, so I'm just trying.
Something like that. Less cancer, I think.
Yeah, it's I'm starting, the more I age, I looked at a headshot of a performance I did at Mana's show a couple days ago. And she sent me 4 pictures and she's like, pick which one you like the most out of it. And the only one that was like an up close, like well lit shot was the one I posted. And I literally look so old.
Oh my God.
I hate it. I literally hate aging.
Some good eye cream.
No, literally, I'm trying everything. I'm putting random people's semen on my skin just to tighten it up. I don't care. I'm just trying different stuff. I'm contemplating getting plasma injected. Do you know what plasma is?
Yes, you're gonna do that?
Yeah, basically what happens is it's a better way of doing Botox because Botox is putting something into your system that is not supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Plasma, basically what they do when they do this for you is they take your blood out, they shake it up and it separates into collagen and then the leftover blood.
Okay.
And then
I'm
they,
more interested in that than Botox.
yep, they take the collagen out with the needle, and then they insert it into your face, and it leaves little dots, like they do 100 dots like under the eye. It looks like just like someone put one of those pin things that you used to put your hand in on your face, and it just left an indentation. The thing is it works beautifully because the collagen is natural, and it makes you look like natural glow and tighter skin, but the dots it leaves on your face, and even if you're just doing under your eyes, it's like 100 little dots, and those last for 3 to 7 days.
Oh, Jesus.
Looking like fucking Hellraiser.
Right?
I just,
You
yeah.
can't go anywhere for a week.
Yeah. How do you explain that to someone? I got a drug addiction, and my arms, I don't put them in there anymore.
It's fine.
It's weird. But yeah, the older I get, the more I realize that like I really want to take care of the person that I am, because I really now that I'm getting married, we're looking at houses, we're talking about expanding our family and adopting within the next 2 years.
Wow. That's
It's
so
amazing.
exciting.
I'm super excited, but I've never had so many people relying on me being in a good health. Now I have a family to think about, and it really made me reassess some things about my life and really make better decisions for myself.
That's really good. That's, and to a degree, some of the things that we do to ourselves that's not healthy is in fact really selfish.
No, yeah, for sure. Like I have a kidney disorder. I have IgA nephropathy, better known as Berger's disease. Basically means one of your kidneys works harder than the other one. So you have to balance that out with medication. So it'll go to each kidney equally, pretty much.
Mm.
Didn't stop me from drinking heavily in my 20s. Okay. It didn't matter to me. But now I'm realizing that like I want to live, and I'm not invincible.
Yep.
That's
and we love you, and we want you to live forever.
Yeah. I'm a overthinker, so I always think the worst about every situation in life. If I think about how a situation could play out, I always land on the worst situation is going to happen, just because I've been used to that, and it helps me deal with the disappointment if it does happen. You know what I mean? Because I prepared myself. But I need to stop getting in my own way.
Yep.
In that way, because shoulda, coulda, woulda, things are going to work out the way that they're going to work out. But it doesn't help if I'm beating myself up the whole time and downplaying my talent,
Very true. You looking within.
I'm looking within. My sister said, if only you could stop hooking. And then keep in mind, that's my sister. Right. Kate said, so proud of you, Nick, for all your strides you've made to better yourself. And I'm like, Lindsay, that should have been what you said. I mean, you're my sister, but like, no big deal. Oh, Hannah, you like that comment. Okay. Not my sister's.
I hearted it.
Yeah. I am super excited. I think next week, Hannah, I want to do that plan we were talking about. Do you remember?
No.
I'm going to make backgrounds and have my friend do little caricatures of your mom and my mom, so we can put them on next week's show.
Oh, wait, are we going to invite our mothers onto Zoom?
Yes.
Oh, dear God.
Mm-hmm. Just get them on the show and trying to get their backgrounds set up.
Okay. So there's going to be 4 of us.
Yeah, it'll be 4 of us. It'll be like it'll look like a little.
It's going to be so loud.
It's going to be so loud. And if my mom doesn't want to do it because she didn't even want to get taped for The Voice, she doesn't like to be in the middle of the spotlight. If she doesn't want to do it, I'm going to invite my sister, Lindsay, who clearly hates me.
Yeah.
It's great, Lindsay. Get ready, because if you get on the show, if mom doesn't want to do it, I'm going to make your clip art picture be the ugliest fucking thing.
Oh, God bless. Don't be rude.
No, I'm not. But I think it would be cool that I think the concept for next week, we could talk about 2 topics from Google that we searched that week. And we could also ask our family's opinion on that topic and talk about our relationships with our family and the good and the bad,
Okay.
I think it would give people who are watching a insight to how we became who we are.
All right. I'm
So,
down.
Hannah's mom, if you're watching this in the future, or if you got up.
Clearly not, because she's not commenting on it every 2 seconds. And she started drinking at 5 p.m. this evening. So
No, it's wonderful. I love doing these shows because even if someone doesn't watch the show, your mom, like a day later, will watch it, and then I just get a random money bling in my fucking Cash App.
God bless moms.
She's wonderful. She's very good. I just love her so much.
She's great.
But yeah, I would be interested to see a part of what made you, because you are so put together in my mind.
Ew, no.
You are. You literally, you're so put together that you had to dye your hair pink to show that you're still a rebel. Like, you are so put together. She's dotting her I's and crossing her T's. She's got everything.
No, I just started Prozac last month. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that means you're a pro.
Yeah.
This is how those things work. I wanted to also talk about so this.
What?
I just did another live show of comedy, which I'm just starting to venture back into because I'm just starting to feel comfortable just with my people run their own their performances and the way they do it, and I make sure that I'm still safe by staying away from everyone, always wearing a mask, because I'm super skinny. I can't afford to die, you know what I mean? And so I did a show not too long ago, and I am noticing that I am far more put together than what I thought I was, because I see these other comedians go on stage and have these moments where it's a rough transition, or they can't, they just lose their place. And it's just like, it's a lot more unprofessional out there than I thought it was.
It really is. I went to my first open mic because I had COVID in December. And so I'm in like this little 3-month, 90-day phase where they say it's extremely unlikely for me to catch or give COVID. So I'm like, well, fuck it. I might as well take advantage. And so I signed up for an open mic, and I've got 2 shows this month. What? And I'm very excited about that. But I was like, I went to the open mic. I don't know if it was just I wasn't great either. Let's be honest. I haven't been on a stage since June. And before that, the last time I was on a stage was right before the pandemic. So
yeah, but you've been on a stage
cumulatively 8 times in the year 2020, which is just abhorrent to me. But like, I wasn't good. I wasn't great. I think some of my jokes landed, but it was everyone was rusty. It was very awkward.
Yeah, I think you've been doing shows every week, sis. It's just you haven't.
You're right.
You've been working on it, but it's doing live shows again. You have to adjust to, there's actually people here that are laughing.
And hearing the laughter is just next level.
Yeah, and the pausing between the laughter, like making sure you get that back again. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's a whole thing, but I feel like people have their own opinions on whether it's safe to go back out and do comedy. And I say, if you feel safe and you are doing what's right for you, go back out there and do comedy, because that's the only way that you're going to get booked on more shows and be seen and be recognized. Because really, that's all we care about is.
Well, you're not going to get booked if you're not going out. That's for sure.
No, you're not.
But
it's like,
but if you're, my thing is, there's just so many people out there who are doing these shows and they're not doing the safety protocols as well. It's like, it's all or nothing. They're going out and they're not wearing a mask, and they're all posing together on the stage afterwards, arm in arm, and that just kills me. I'm like,
yeah, like, why is it necessary that you have to get a picture taken with?
It's not. Nobody's gonna remember that show. Nobody cares. Why you gotta sit next to each other on stage without masks on and for a picture? Like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, and that stage is big enough. You all could still get a group picture and stand away from each other.
Yeah.
Like,
what a concept. Like, you don't have to touch bodies.
Yeah, because honestly, even if that venue was safe and none of you caught COVID from that situation, it just puts out a bad image to everyone else that, like, are scared to go back into comedy because they think that that is how each comedy show is going to run.
You're right. One of the main reasons why I made it very clear decision for me and my family is because I'm seeing all these pictures of these people. And then like a really respected comedian tested positive early on when we were like terrified of it.
Ralph?
And yes. And I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want any part of this. This is what I said was going to happen. Everybody's testing positive and I don't want it. I eventually had it, but it was from my family member and not from a comedy show.
It's just, if everyone took it seriously in those moments, there would be less chances of people getting it. And there's people that are comedians that I think are great, like Anna Barden, who doesn't want to go out because she is over.
Well, she lives with her mom and her mom is high risk.
Yeah. And so like she hasn't had the opportunity to go out and like really showcase what she could do because she doesn't feel comfortable because she has other people to think about.
And I totally respect her for that.
I do too. I think that the people that are going out need to have the mindset that they have someone in their family who could be susceptible to it.
Yeah.
That way you would ensure those people would be safe and other people could go out and do comedy and feel more comfortable if they knew that it was actually being shown to everyone else as a safe situation.
If you can find an outdoor show, that's best.
No, it is. Best. I did the first 50 jokes of with Stomping Ground, and we each got a minute on stage to do our little set and make people laugh. And even during that time, there were people that were just making light of it, just being like, oh, well, don't you hate this year? It was just so unnecessary. And I'm like, what's unnecessary is people needing to see your comedy right now. You're not that fucking great. We don't need to see what you're doing. You know what I mean? It just, I could talk about it forever.
In conclusion, get your shit together.
Yeah, get your shit together and maybe just think about other people that this could affect.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like, maybe take a word from the Bible, the second best fairy tale ever written. Maybe love thy neighbor a little more.
Love thy neighbor. Do something like, I was talking about this with Clinton the other day, real quick. Last thing I'll say is we were talking about like World War II, how factories shut down and stopped making their product and started making products that soldiers would use for the war, whether that was like weaponry or something protective gear or something like that. Like we used to come together during times of crisis. We used to have like a camaraderie and like it was a patriot duty. It was American to sacrifice something for the good of the country, and wearing a mask and not going out in public is one of them. It's our duty to do that for people who are high risk. It's and
it's like, honestly, at this point right now, even if you are doing comedy, unless you already had an in somewhere, like Jamie Gravy is opening for Eddie Griffin, like all over the country. And you won't get those opportunities and won't get your name out there if you don't take the risk, but take the risk in the safest way for yourself.
Yeah. And
we're all about growing here. You can't grow if we're stuck at home and we're just having those 4 viewers. You know what I mean? You gotta.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks. That's the thing I love about this show is like, even when we're doing it, it doesn't seem like a lot of people are watching it, but since we leave it up, we
get a lot of views, actually.
We really do.
I'm really proud of our consistency.
I am too, because at first I was looking and I was like, oh, I do 2 shows a week now. And I was like, why are my numbers lower on each one of those than they were for the roast? It's because I'm splitting that in between 2 days. I'm splitting that in between 2 videos. And so those views add up to just the same amount we were getting for the roast shows.
Right. And also, side note, I think Kate and I are going to become real friends. You can go ahead and send that friend request to me, girl. I'm also on Instagram. So this is a thing. I like her.
Yeah, she choreographed with me, and we went out for like at Cafe Brazil, and she got a s'mores hot chocolate. Okay. And she's gluten-free. And that was the first, and that was the first friend of mine that like I was really like, I took it seriously for. And she got the s'mores hot chocolate. S'mores have graham crackers, first of all.
Yeah, that's not gluten-free.
Yeah, it's not gluten-free, but she still got it anyways. And then like 5 minutes later, she went in the bathroom for 30 minutes. And I was like, oh, it is real.
It's real.
This is not a joke.
Real. I feel you, Kate. It's real.
She's great. She is freaking great. She made out with one of my friends so hard that he had a goatee and it like burnt a little like red circle on her chin.
Get it, girl.
She's committed. Okay.
That's devout.
It is. So what are you most excited about the show next week, like with your family being involved? What do you think is going to be the most interesting thing that happens to your side?
I think everybody's going to see the similarities. Okay, so without getting into the drama, my mom that we're talking about is my birth mom. We were separated for 10 years when I was growing up. And it's very funny to me that even with that gap, we still ended up being extremely similar. And so I think the most ironic and funnest part of a relationship is the similarities in our, like, we have the same laugh, we have the same mannerisms, like we're wild, and it's very fun, and she's so much fun to be with, and a lot of people really enjoy watching our dynamic. So I think that'll be fun.
I think more than likely it'll be my sister that comes on, because my mom will probably just be like, no, that's a no for me.
She wouldn't even be on The Voice.
No, yeah, that's something I'll cherish, because she hated the whole situation, but getting to see the actual taping of me doing my blind audition and Adam Levine turning around and then my mom's reaction, just because for the longest time I was just going to LA and my mom didn't probably even think this was real. You know what I mean? And
right.
When she was there and she saw that moment and she realized that like I had done something, and it just made me like respect her so much more, because I don't think in any family that they tell each other enough how much they mean to each other. And the moment that like I'll never forget, because I can watch it over and over again. But I think if my sister comes on, Lindsay, I know you're watching, so like you just should agree that you're coming on. All of my family is very extreme personalities. We're Italian, Irish, and German. So we are drinkers and we have a lot to say. But I think what's going to be interesting for people to find out is that I'm not the craziest one in my family.
That is extremely interesting to me, because you're.
Is that really?
Yes.
Everyone's like, oh, Nick is like so extra all the time. He has to be the most extreme in his family. No, I'll tell you that my brother, who's a year older than me, thinks that there is a market for selling stillborn baby horses to children as toys. Okay. So you tell me who's crazy.
Okay, I'm here for it. I want to learn all about this.
I'm super excited about it. But yeah, we're gonna sign off for the night. Hannah, I love getting to talk to you, and like honestly, look, such somebody that I can look at in the comedy community and say anything to and know that I'm not going to be judged or feel insecure about what I say. You just make me feel super comfortable. Better than myself.
I love you, Nick.
Fuck you, Lindsay. I'm just kidding. No, I
have this much wine left for us to cheers.
I do. I have none, but I'm still going to cheers anyway.
Okay.
You ready? 1,
yes,
2, 3.
Tink.
We did that shit. Thank you for watching. I'll drink because it's impolite. I got that sip. I got that sip. Be sure to share this video, even if you're just tuning in now. Share it on your page so other people can watch it.
Please.
Support us at our social medias over here. Mr. Nick Hawk, if you want to tip.
Mrs. Hannah Howard.
I miss saying bitch and Hannah if you want to tip.
I know. I switched it because I kept getting flack for not having all the same. So I switched all my handles to be the same. It's all Mrs. Hannah Howard across the board. Twitter, Venmo, Cash App, blah, blah, blah.
Whatever you want to do. Yeah, but share this, and really, we really enjoy your support watching this and commenting. Thank you anyone who has supported my year of doing comedy online. I wouldn't be doing it this long if you guys didn't show as much interest. And so really, if you're annoyed by these videos, it's your fault.
Yep. You did this to yourself. But
You did this to yourself. Yeah, but tuning in next week, you will get to see us chat the most researched topics of the week with some familia.
That'll be fun.
Is that Spanish?
Yeah, I think so.
Familia.
Yeah.
Familia.
I love you.
I love you too. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.